Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the RealNex webinar series. Today, we'll be talking about persuasive presentations. I'm Jeff Finn, CEO of RealNex, and with me is Matthew Smith, head of Western Regional Sales and Client Success. So, Matt's going to take us on a tour of persuasive presentations, the amazing array of templates that we've built for you to make it easy to create flyers, brochures, BOVs, financial analysis, OMs, and proposals to create beautifully branded custom interior and cover pages that meet your brand standard, and giving you the ability to create your own pages, your look and feel, with as much flexibility as you need to create amazing presentations. And all of that is fed and powered from your CRM, if you'd like, where just with a click of a button, all of your property level information can flow through into Market Edge to create all of this amazing output. So, Matt, if you want to take it away, you've got it. We are open for questions along the way. We are recording the session and we'll be distributing it probably tomorrow, if not Monday, and you can share it or review it at your leisure. But thank you all for being here as always, and looking forward to giving you some great takeaways and value with RealNex persuasive presentations.
Thanks, Jeff. As always, I am happy to be on here, and I am going to walk you through some persuasive presentations today. I want to know what everyone is doing in this audience, from investment sales to leasing, tenant rep, or do it all. We know there's a lot of generalists out there, but the more I know about each and every one of you, the better I can craft my presentations. Now, remember, persuasive presentations aren't just for sales. They're not just for leasing, and they're not just for tenant rep. They're all for commercial services in general. So we'll show you how to do a little bit of all that. We got 33% of you voted, 40%. As soon as we get to at least 50%, I'm going to close these polls out so we don't take too much time. It looks like we have a few stragglers on there. Now we're over the 50%. Looks like majority of everybody that's on here today is generalistic. I do it all, and that's what we need to do sometimes. Is we need to do it all, especially if the markets tightens up in your area, followed by investment sales and then leasing last. The other one is product focus. What are you focusing on mainly for you folks that are in sales, leasing, etc.? Are you focusing on, office and industrial? You can do that under commercial. Are you focusing more on multifamily? Are you looking at retail net lease, all types? Perfect. So this gives me a great idea to see what everybody's doing and to kind of understand it, so we can generate some presentations that are more in your field. Looks like we have almost everybody voted in there with commercial, and under commercial we'll say like office, retail, and industrial, with a little bit of other, and then all types. You can use these presentations for land, you can use it for syndication, you can use it for all kinds of different portions in our program. So with the persuasive presentations, there's a couple ways to build your presentation. One is inside of the RealNex CRM section, you'll notice that there is a presentation button. Now mine says go to, that means that the information is already pushed in there. So one way to create a beautiful presentation, a leave behind or anything else, is simply just take a picture of a client's building out in the field with your mobile device, using the RealNex app, and it can upload pictures here. All those photos will integrate directly into our CRM that then will push into building that presentation. The other way is, if you're using our RealNex marketplace, you can go ahead and in your listing management there, you can simply hit the property and then hit analyze, and it will bring that property in there. So if you wanted to take a property and build maybe a cash flow or an updated valuation, or change the valuation, offering memorandum or proposal, you can do that inside from there. Again, we're eliminating the duplication of entry from the listing management in the CRM. Simply hit analyze market. Now, as Jeff mentioned, we have 250 templates to choose from. So when I go ahead and hit analyze market, it will then push me right into the property that I'm going to analyze. From here, I can choose which I want to do. One is your photos will come across. On the property tab, you're going to see your generalistic property information. There's a couple key points. One is analysis type. If you want to create a presentation only, go down to presentation only. That'll eliminate the other tabs at the top, and it will just push the presentation tab to the side. If you want to show the rent roll for you landlord brokers and you want to show available spaces, that's not a problem. You can do that with rent roll only. Or if you want to create a full broker opinion of value offering with financials, including debt services, you just select the analysis type of financial analysis, and then it fills that up. Again, we're trying to make this as easy as possible for you. With this information, it'll also map the information out using Google Maps. So you can see in here, pulls all the information from Google, and that allow you for your business mapping, as well as it'll allow you to pull up demographics in your area. If you are using this for land and you might not have an address, don't fear, there's a latitude and longitude for you folks that are doing land. There's also a development analysis portion in here. I was speaking with a developer this morning, and if you want to put in your hard costs, soft costs, and acquisition costs, you can do that. Also, any of your building fields, land fields, industrial fields, overview, and retail fields will all come across, and they will create into that beautiful presentation. Once we click the presentation tab, this is where it's going to get really fun. Now, from here, I have my default cover page. It put in my company colors, shows the property for lease, and then it talks about the spaces for lease down at the bottom. It talks about the suite, it talks about the size, and it talks about the type of lease, whether it's modified gross, triple net, full service, etc. That information came directly from the income. So if you're wondering where the space information came, it came from the income. And if you have your rent roll, tenant information in the CRM, it'll come in there for you and you don't have to duplicate that. So we streamline that process for you. Couple things you can do with these is you can simply hit File, Templates. Now I have a series of my own templates saved, and I'll show you how to do that here in a bit. You might be part of a company and you have some company templates in here, like I have one for multifamily. And then if you want to look at our 220 or 250 templates, you'll see those in here. Now you might say, Matt, that's not 250 templates. The reason being is because I have industrial property selected, the program automatically assigned you to industrial. However, if you want to see all the templates, you simply select all and it'll see all 250 templates. And we do have them in landscape or portrait. Now I am a big fan of portrait. You might be a big fan of landscape. Choose which one you like down here with the orientation. That will switch these templates from portrait to landscape or landscape to portrait. Same thing, this is not isolated to leasing, it's not isolated to sales. You can use this for any kind of commercial services, period. So down here, listing type, you can select any, sale or lease, and if you change it to lease, it puts everything into lease. If you put it into sale, it's in sale. So again, we try to make it as easy as possible. Same here with your template type. If you just want to create a brochure, select brochure, we give you 2 different brochures. Select flyer, we give you 3 different flyers, and we show you photo and photo, map summary, summary no map. Now all these templates can be adjusted once you load it, but it does give you a base foundation. Now I went ahead and preloaded one of the templates that I have, and in my cover sheet we can do quite a few things. One is we can decide whether we want a custom header and footer, if you have one, or we can add different agents down at the bottom, 1 agent, 2 agents, 3 agents. We can choose whether we want a section with reports or section, or none for the table of contents. And we can also decide if we want to show numbers on the pages. You might be working with a broker outside of your office or in your network. You can always show an alternative contact, and you have up to 4 alternative contacts. You can also adjust your colors. Your colors can be adjusted by putting in your color code, or you can use the color wheel. Even though it's not circle, I'll still call it a color wheel. If you're part of an international group and you're on here watching out of the country, we do have it in multiple languages as well, additional currency. So my cover page in here gives me some of the ability to show the available spaces. Also shows some summary of the property that all pulled from the CRM. It brought in a map and it gave me location detail. However, you might not be worried about adding the spaces. If you click into any one of these sections, you have the ability to change those sections. So you can change these main cover pages to add things like a button or property description, location overview, social media, a space or a paragraph, or anything else you choose. And then again, you can go back and forth and you can choose them. You can change your map from a road map to terrain, from terrain to satellite, which is my favorite. You can see the location and you can zoom in and zoom out. On the right-hand side, you'll see a section that says draw on page. We understand that people want a custom look or a custom feel, and they might want for lease, and they might want to highlight some things about the property for lease. You can easily do so by clicking on one of the shapes, or you can simply go ahead and click on the text, or you can do them both. And it allows you to change the width, change the color, have a line or no line, clone it, fill it, and even rotate it. You can assign text anywhere on this page. So instead of being limited to text just right here, we can add text anywhere, and we could add multiple text box on here. So if we want to add more information, we can easily add more information. We can bold, italicize, and underline in that text color. So on that right-hand side, we'll just go ahead and hit draw on page, and it'll allow us to draw on page. If you want to select a different cover page than what we have in our template, just select cover page. And we do have many cover pages, and you can see all the previews here. Or you can select this view right here, and you can see them like this. I like to see it in the list view, but you might to see it in this view, and you can see them from here. Now again, remember your cover pages are still customizable, and they're easy enough that anyone can customize those pages. We give you demographics for 1, 3, and 5 mile radius, and you can choose what information is on those demographics. You can have a map or remove a map, remove income or age or house, show a foot or add margins to those. Our business mapping are really, really intuitive because we provide the logo for you. So if there's a logo available for the company like Get Well or Phantom Bikes, that information is going to pull directly in here. There's no need for you to have a logo map folder on your desktop. Tell your marketing, your admin, or your graphic designer they can eliminate that logo folder, and I promise you they're going to take you out for a steak dinner tonight. You can have an arrow, a line, or none. So if you don't want to show anything, bringing those business maps in there, and again, you can zoom in and zoom out. The question I always get asked is, what if I want to add my own? Can I add my own icon instead of your map icon here? Yes, you definitely can. Can you add your own logo, and can you add your own text? Of course you can. We're not going to limit you to that. You can add that. You can add your own logo, and you can upload your own custom logo by selecting custom logo. And you can choose someone like this handsome gentleman right here and put it on your logo or anything else you want. But again, remember, you can add your own text. Some of the mapping, when you zoom in the cities, it has 3D mapping. So if you want to show an area of available space and you want to show that in an office building in a high rise, it's a great way to do it. We also have a couple really awesome sections in our program. One of them is going to be our global pages. Now, our global pages are a way to customize a page and then have it set for your whole company. Now, you can still do customized pages, but global ones are allowing you to put them in every package. What I like about global pages is I might have a team bio. Now, that team bio I might not have for every single property because I might have a different team that I'm working on, or I might be on the same team. So you can see here I have pictures of my team. I have their bios of everybody that's on my team, and I did put in the names and everything. However, I forgot to save it because I was talking to Jeff about something else and I forgot to hit the save button. You can also add your own images like top 10 cities, or add a PDF and just simply upload them. Or you can have a single bio just like this one, and obviously you don't want a picture that big, but we do allow you to move the text areas up and down, left and right. You can add your own paragraph. And if you go to select layout, we do give you an example of what those layouts can look like ahead of time. So you can customize your own pages that then can be put into every single one of your packages using the global pages. Now, once you create a global page, those global pages, you just hit finish editing, and you can do the same things like add a spacer, social media, add a button, or draw on pages, and then those global pages are available for anybody in here. Now, you might load one of our templates and say, you know, I don't want a professional bio in there, and I don't want your team bio, and I don't want top 10 cities. If you simply right click or click on the X, it'll remove it. And then we have areas in here like simple section pages. These section pages can be customized for everybody, and they can show the property in the section, or you can change it to say financials, broker opinion of value, and even upload a custom photo that will feed right into here. So when you click on this section here, it'll upload a photo, and now we have a photo of our person if we wanted to put them in the background, and that's not the picture I wanted to select. I wanted to take one of the property, the inside here, and now we can see that kind of bleed right into our section page to make something a little bit fancier. You can include those PDFs. You can also include a link. So if you have a flyby drone or you have a virtual reality, when you click on these other pages inside of here, you do have the ability to add a link to those pages. Just simply click on it and you'll see a couple options. Fill photo, add, remove link, change background color, select photo or delete, and you can even resize right on there. So again, we give you a lot of areas. Add a link to your offering memorandum, and it'll allow you to have someone go and go right to your deal room from there. Now, we do have professional designs that we can create for your company. Just go ahead and email your current representative in your area, West Coast, East Coast, and Central, and we can create different custom pages for you. If you're part of a large brand like Coldwell Banker, Sperry CGA, EXP, CBRE, JLL, Newmark, Cushman Wakefield, we do have most of your brands in here, and then we can assign those right to your accounts, NAI, and so forth. Now, we have so many more pages that we can add to this. You simply go down here to File Templates, and then we can go in here and select our templates, and we can go from a flyer to a broker opinion of value. And then once we created a broker opinion of value and we agree upon the value of your building, and again, here's a cover page for a BOV. If I want to change that, I can easily change that and add more information. Now, our broker opinion of values can show your income valuation based upon a cap rate, and then you can start adding some sales comps for sales comps valuation. Now, I kept going on and building my team bio, so I did not put in all the sales comps into this one that I really wanted to have done before the presentation. I just kind of ran out of time. But bringing in the sales comps is a very simple process. One way to bring in the sales comps is to add the comps right in here. Another way is to upload the comps from an Excel file, and this most simple way is to subscribe to Navigator Pro and import all your comps directly from the CRM and have those brought into here. You can also import other comps from other data sources into the CRM and then bring them in depending on what you need. Now, we're going to graph the property for cap rate, price per square footage, and then you'll see the comps on here, including photos, and then it will map each one of those comps out. So you have dozens of ways to present the pages, but then we also have financial reports. So if we want to look at a cash flow analysis over a 5-year period, you want to do something over a 10-year period, a 20-year period, or a 2-year period, those cash flows would be adjusted inside of the assumptions page or the property page for you. Now, you might want to just show the broker opinion of value. Maybe you just want to show the demographics. Again, any one of these, you can simply just click on the X, or you can even just drag and drop them and move them around any way you want. Now, what you don't want to do is
showing the BOV. You're just showing one page of it. It's much more in depth than that. So I want everyone to understand there's much more to it, and you can edit it to make it even more authoritative as far as your narrative around what happened and how you came to the number. So we take the comps, we take the discounted cash flow, as well as your discussion of the market, and bring it all together into this presentation for the BOV. And in this market, it's really a powerful and compelling tool to use. I think we've talked about it on prior presentations, how a new agent to RealNex used this to win a $100 million listing, actually pitched one property with presented a BOV on one property. They asked him to come back for another property, and then they gave him a listing on a third property, which was this $100 million piece of land that he didn't even know that client owned.
Yeah, and you make a great point. In comparative method, how did you come up with that price? And a lot of times this works like a silent closer. We have this property price at 2.4 million. Obviously, I mentioned before, I did not have the opportunity to add my comps in here. But if a property is overpriced and you want to show somebody why, it's better to show somebody why in the BOV section, and then write your narrative to why that property could be overpriced versus taking the listing that's overpriced just to take the listing. I think it's, your job is to educate the buyer, and we talk about it. And a good friend of mine, Reed, talks about it a lot. We have 2021 sellers, and then we have 2007 buyers, and we need to bring them together. It's starting to get better, but this is a way that we can show folks why they should sell their property at a 6 or 7 cap versus 1 or 2 cap that they're trying to sell the property at. So the valuation piece is great. What I was also getting to here is once you have your layout, and if you remove sections in here, we don't want to reinvent the wheel every time. You simply come over here and you go to File, you go to Templates, and then you save current down here at the bottom. Say save current as, and then you make a name for it. You decide whether it has financials, rent roll, or presentation only. The cover page, you can choose what cover page in here, how many agents and logos, sections with the reports, section pages custom or custom image. Again, that was the image I showed you with the inside of the industrial building there. And how is that bio page layout? And then whether you want a default logo or select a different logo. This way, once you get the ideal offering, valuation, and so forth, then you have the perfect way to load that each time. And then if you are an admin, you can make that part of your custom sections. To add additional pages because you might have a company layout, and it looks like my internet just went down. That's no good. AT&T was doing some work in our building, and I would say about 45 minutes ago, but you can see how quick I can pull that back up. So now I pull that presentation side back up. I want to add some additional pages. I can add any additional pages in here, like my team bio, my top 10 cities that I had in there. I can customize pages on here. I can add things like lease rent roll, available spaces. We give you things like IRR analysis, unit mix, and one of my favorite is just to look at the pro forma summary. It gives you a great breakdown of the different tenants in there. It can show what your market is, and you have the ability to adjust your market rents right in here, as well as any market expenses, and then additional options in there for that, including any pro forma notes and how you came up with a pro forma on that side. How did you come up with those market rents? I did a market survey in X, Y, and Z. I used RealNex properties and the comps across that and came up with all the rents, and that's how I was able to figure out that valuation. Now with this, once you go ahead and you get this look and design the way you like it, we give you many ways to output this. You can go ahead and you can output that property, and I'm going to pick this one here real quick to give you a nice little output. You have the ability to see it before you show it. So preview is one option, and we'll want to take a look at that. During your preview, you can also download it as a PDF. You have the ability to email it, and you have the ability to do a digital publication. Digital publications are fantastic. Now, part of your presentation is going to be your cover page and your internal pages and so forth. And you can see how some of those pages look, and they're fantastic looking. E-publication is one of my favorite. And it's one of my favorite for 2 reasons. One is it's digital. I don't have to download anything. The second one is if I send this over to Johnny, and Johnny goes ahead and clicks on the link at 3 o'clock in the morning or tomorrow, or he doesn't click on the link, I'll know. Because once I click on this link, and I don't want to go too fast, but once I click on this link here, it'll notify me that someone viewed it. And I know that I sent it to Johnny, and I know Johnny viewed it. So now I can give him a call and say, hey, Johnny, it's Matt. I want to go through my flyer, my presentation, my valuation, my leave behind, or anything else that I have. And now we can discuss this. You can also email it out directly through here. This is going to attach it as a PDF. A lot of people say, how do I email a PDF attachment? This is an easy way to do it right through our program. And if the client replies, they're going to reply right back to your email that you have set up inside of Outlook or Gmail. And you can even blind copy yourself. That'll attach the PDF for that. We also have the ability to create a deal room out of it. And then you can also create a Market Edge website. Market Edge website is something good inside of your persuasive presentations that a lot of people forget. We can show the investment, the financials, but we don't want to have attachments. I don't want to have inventory, and I don't want these photos. I will go ahead and take those off. I don't want any inventory displayed, and now I can go and say create. And what this is going to do is it's going to create a micro website for you. So one of the things that you can do, instead of saying your company here, it's going to have your company logo, your information, your colors. It shows my property. It shows any photos, location, contact, and investment details that I have, and you put a description in this field. This is a great way to do a presentation to show your client that not only did I create this beautiful OM, but I also created a micro website for it, and I have an email campaign standing by to send that email out to all the clients to see if they're interested in purchasing your property, leasing your space, and so forth. So remember, there's so many things in here, from flyers to brochures to BOVs to financial analysis, offering memorandums, proposal. You can go ahead and delete pages. You can include PDF links. It's fully mobile, so if you need to change anything, you can change it at home. You can change it on your iPad or tablet. You can change it on your phone, but it will be awful tiny, and you'll need little fingers to do that. You can also change your cover and interior pages. We can help you with custom branding to meet your exact standards of your brands, whether that's a company color that you have to have or a company logo. We can help you with that. And there's dozens of preset pages with financial reports for you that are easy to manipulate. If you are like me and you can't watch videos, we're here to help you. You can select your property type, office, multifamily, development, come down to the presentation tab or any of the other tabs, and you'll have an on-the-screen trainer that will walk you through how to use the program. It can even walk you through how to do a full financial analysis. If you are one that loves videos, there's videos in here, and if you do want to download our training guide, I highly don't recommend it, but you can also download our training guide, our videos, and our library. We also have an analyst on staff, so if you're underwriting a property and your NOI is not calculating correct, feel free to post it on our real estate exchange and send it to customer service. If you're working with another broker that uses Market Edge and you guys are co-working a deal, or you ladies are working a deal together, you simply say what property you want to send, and you put in the recipient's email. I'm going to send this over to Stephanie, and Stephanie is going to be able to access my analysis so she can underwrite it and display it to her client on her side, because we're negotiating the deal side by side. Business mapping gives you all the logos. There's no logos you need to update. If it's available to us, it's available to you. You can showcase spaces for lease. So if you're going out to win an assignment, let's showcase that space for lease. Let's integrate that into one of our virtual reality 3D scenes so they can see what their building would look like, or an example of what their building could look like. Let's use those digital brochures to track who opened it, who clicked it. Let's make sure that we create that micro website for them to be able to download information. And again, it gives you that flexible output, so you're able to have any way you need it: a PDF, a digital PDF, a website, an email. There's many ways that you can digest this. And again, you can even pull this up in a client's conference room if you choose to. It's easy as that. And we hope that we've given you enough tools today to be able to create the most persuasive presentations. And I'd love to see some examples. Send them to me.
Hey,
Send them
Matt,
over my way.
a couple you did a couple things here that you went quickly by, and I think we should take just a few minutes to dive in a little bit deeper. But one, if you want to go to that Wakefield building, we've done some things with the not not through market edge, but where you have something that you really need to move to the next level from presentation, and you want to even take it to the next level where we're bringing virtual reality, video, and property listing websites together to create amazing presentations. This is a service. It's not part of your RealNex software, but it's an application that we've built, and clients are just loving it. It's incredible for building, planning board and zoning approval presentation. It's incredible for capital raising for a project, as well as for pre-sale and pre-leasing. And in a market like today, where it's tougher and tougher to capture the imagination and interest, to be able to show properties as they're going to be, particularly development sites or remodeling of existing buildings, this is an incredible tool and an incredible way to present and become back to this persuasive presentation theme, very persuasive and compelling in understanding what the environment's going to be like if it doesn't exist today. So sometimes properties aren't beautiful today, but they're going to be, and we can help you make them beautiful and showcase them in their future state.
Welcome to the state-of-the-art grocery
And
store.
I can overlay video, music, and text and narrative, anything that you'd like into the
Hey, there's
process.
Jeff.
Through the automatic door.
Did you say something, Matt?
I said there's Jeff.
No. Yeah.
How was you shopping at the new state-of-the-art shopping center? I saw you there getting me Christmas gifts.
One more thing before we wrap up. You showed something in the CRM on that property screen that I don't think our users all have. But when you looked into that property, you had a key that said presentation go to, and I think it used to say analyze, and the screen looks different. What's going on?
So we've released a new update to the internal team here at RealNex, and this is going to change some of the way that the interface looks. And we wanted to give something a little bit more modern. However, what Jeff thinks modern is, and I think modern is a little bit different. You actually might have access to some of this. Some of that is going to be our dialogue styles. Some folks said, hey, your program's super modern. And other folks said it's not modern at all. And we can't please everybody until we can. And now we can make it so it's underlined. You have the ability to put boxes in. You can do square, you can do rounded, you can show fields, you can show no fields. You can create your own custom colors. And each one of these is set to individual standards. So as Jeff likes to have, green and red for money and all this other stuff, I like to have light pink and white. No problem, you can do that. You'll also notice that coming soon, you're going to have a section, if it's not in there already, with some financial details on the property, like cap rate, GRM, cash flow. We wanted to add these fields because we thought it was really important, especially with our RX data offering, that we bring the data in for you to have that loan information available to you right away. So then you're able to start doing the little predictive analytics. One last thing I want to show you is the ability to edit this whole screen. Again, we can't please everybody until we can. We wanted to be able to have the ultimate solution, and what Jeff likes might be different than what you like, and what I like might be different than both of you. Well, now you can have something that fits everybody, from changing whether this is a general tab to important property details, must-have details, or marketing will be upset with you details. You can move these fields around. You have the ability to change these fields. And for you folks that say, Matt, I need more fields, how about 184 more fields on top of there? Jeff, what are we up to, like 1,100 fields or something? So
don't get overwhelmed. We added 1,100 fields in the background that enable you to pick and choose what you want, so you can create the most precise custom view and an ability to inventory your market. So, for example, if you're an industrial specialist, you're going to want to see a totally different screen than a hotel guy. And if you're a land broker, you're going to want to see something much different than a multifamily broker. If you're a leasing agent, you're going to want to see something different. So this gives you the ability to have just the information you want, just the order that you want it, just the layout that you like, and you can have multiples of them. So if you're sitting at your desk and you have big screen, multiple screens in front of you, and you've got all this real estate to work with, you have your full detail. When you're in the field working on an iPad, you want a minimalist, take the minimalist view. Again, if you're working a lot of people are multitasking, so they're not always an industrial, but if you want your industrial view, which is different than your office view, which is different than your retail view, perfect. We got it. Just switch views for each category that you want, and you've got the presentation exactly the way you want it. So really exciting to get this rolled out. We just announced it, just put it out. We're going to have a number of training sessions coming up to get you all on board. It's a slow rollout. As Matt said, the internal team and some of our early testing clients have it, and we'll be rolling it out to everyone. If you're interested in having this and being early in the process, let your client success rep know, and we'll get you into the process as quickly as we can. Really excited about this new update.
Remember, this is something you can do on your own. I just talked to a client that used our program way back when, and he is using another competitor's program, and he said, you know, Matt, I spent so much time customizing everything in the program, and then he just emailed me, hey, I'm going to be using your program now. I couldn't imagine how long he spent customizing it, but you can customize this very rapidly. I would say 15 minutes, a half an hour, an hour. He probably spent a year or two. So we feel that we're really streamlining that process. Plus, you don't have to be a programmer. If you know me, I can't use PowerPoint nor Excel, and I can definitely use this. So don't spend weeks, months, years paying a developer to customize it when you can do it right in your program. And if you want,
and we're gonna, the part of the rollout is a library of best practice formats for each property type. So again, it'll have a starting point for you, but you'll be able to adjust it as you'd like. And so we're going to try to do the heavy lifting for you and make it as easy as possible for you to tweak it as you need to.
So a couple questions. Is there a cost to these dialogues and custom fields, Jeff? Is there a cost for somebody to have this added to their system?
It is all included in the box with your CRM subscription or Navigator subscription.
Awesome. Yes, it's going to be per person. So the dialogue, remember, it's per person. So if Jimmy wants it red and Stephanie wants it yellow, no problem whatsoever. This will not affect your mobile device. You'll be able to use your mobile device and the integration pieces as well. Don't forget to come and look at our other videos that we have. The last video series, Smiles, More Dials. Yes, More Smiles, Less Dials was a huge hit. I got a lot of people message me afterwards about our email marketing, and we're always here. So if anybody else has any additional questions, I'm happy to help you. Remember, for your comparables, you can preload them right into the RealNex program. Just come over here and you can go to sales comps and you can upload them here. Or if you're part of the RX data side, we did data map them for you to bring in the sales comps. It's a very easy process, and those comps will flow right into your marketing collateral. We'll be doing more and more of these webinar series. So if you have any suggestions on what we can do to help you, let us know. We'll create a presentation about it. This is all about you, not about us. We're here to help you win more deals and be more successful. Jeff, do we have any more questions or anything else?
That's it. We no more questions, but before we close, we sent out a little year-end promotion today. Hopefully you all received it, and you can join us in referring a friend. We'd love to help your colleagues and your team take advantage of RealNex and start off the year with a great, the incredible tool that we have. The program is asking you to just give us a few names of people that you think might be able to take advantage of what we've got. Share with them your experience. We'll invite them to a demo series. Anyone who shows up based on your reference, you'll be eligible to earn Real Blast and Real Campaign upgrades, as well as a free month subscription based on anyone who signs up. And whoever has the most signups by the end of the year will actually get a full upgrade to RealNex Navigator Pro with a full MSA of market data. So we're really looking for all of you to help us continue to grow and support and enable your colleagues to be as successful as they can, and to reward you for doing it. So we get so many referrals during the year. We appreciate them, but this year end was an opportunity for us to give you thanks and to give you some rewards for sharing new leads and opportunities. So Matt can put some shoes on his little girl's feet for the holidays. So Matt,
I was just going to say, if you are in the West Coast, there's a portion of the proceeds of your sales that go towards my daughter's shoes. Remember, if you need help, we're here to help you. Our videos are on YouTube, and bookmark them, subscribe, like, comment, share them around. If you need help with support, training, or anything, you're always able to reach out to Jeff or myself. And if you're not sure who to contact, we'll get you in the right place to contact them. And we can't thank you enough. Jeff, is there our last webinar before Christmas, or we have a couple more?
No, this is it. We have part of the Refer a Friend program, and we're going to have a series of webinars related to the new layout package, and that they'll be announced and coming out. So we'll try to get as many of them set up to get people trained and oriented, and then we'll have a whole new fresh series starting the beginning of the year. So if we don't see you before, have a wonderful holiday season, and again, help us help you by referring a friend, and look forward to working with you throughout the end of the year and into 2024.
Yeah, and happy holidays, everybody. Merry Christmas, happy Hanukkah, and happy New Year. We think you all are absolutely amazing, and thanks always for your business. And until next year, we'll see you soon. Thanks, everybody.